the reason why the Korean military has an MP is because he started it.
Really? Like
Yeah.
military police?
Yeah.
He started the military
He
police?
started the MP.
No kidding.
Well, in Korea.
Where are you from originally?
Originally, I was born in California.
So you were born in California?
Yeah.
Near
But
LA?
Yeah, in LA. Yeah.
Okay.
But as a kid, I moved over to Georgia.
Okay. What brought you to Georgia?
My father, he was a pastor. So he was
Father was a pastor.
church planting. Yeah.
No
So
kidding.
anytime I moved, it was because of my father.
What kind of a pastor?
A good pastor.
I'm
just kidding.
What
I'm just
denomination
kidding.
is that?
Baptist.
He was a Baptist?
Baptist.
How was that?
Oh, that's how it sounds.
It's very different.
Yeah.
Baptists it's a very different denomination from a lot of the other ones.
Yeah, I had a difficult upbringing, to say it. Like I talk more in depth on Lila Rose's podcast, and I think I talked about it on Michael Knowles' show just a little bit. But physical abuse, all of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Stemming from the father?
Father mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was very hard on you, or?
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of typical of Asian households, to be honest. It's not very unheard of, especially for Koreans. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
No
Korean men have a temper.
Do they really?
Yeah, my father was not spared from that.
I've heard that about.
And he was a ROK.
He was.
As was my
So
grandfather.
he's a rock Marine?
Yeah. My
so
grandfather was a full bird colonel in the ROK.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Really?
Commission class 3.
Wow.
The third class of officers
The third
ever.
class of officers ever of the Rock
003.
Marines. Wow.
Yeah.
Was he alive when you were born?
My grandfather?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He was like, he's the best man I've ever known. Like,
You got to have some conversations with him?
yeah.
What kind of things did you talk to him about?
Funny enough, he was a very stoic man. Like, one of the things that he told me, well, I asked him why he was so quiet all the time, and in Korean he would say men aren't supposed to talk. He was like, he was really cool. And
Wow.
he just, the most we ever talked was after I got out of the military.
Yeah.
Or maybe we first started talking the most when I first was about to go in, and then after I got out. And that's when we had that shared rapport, even though I didn't do anything in the military. I got medically separated and all that. He then started telling me about all those stories. The reason why the Korean military has an MP is because he started it.
Really? Like
Yeah.
military police?
Yeah.
He started the military
He
police?
started the MP.
No kidding.
Well, in Korea.
Yeah, in Korea.
Obviously, he saw it from American MPs, and then was like, okay, we need that.
Yeah.
And so he gathered like 5 dudes that he thought were like tough, and then beat them more into shape.
Really?
And then we're like, all right, we're going to be the first MPs. And then created he is the reason why Korea has MPs.
No kidding.
He started it. Yeah.
That's
He was a
wild.
rock star. Yeah.
That's good. What's funny is I did an Incheon landing reenactment over there.
Really?
Yeah, with Rock Marines.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I was fortunate my first deployment, my first UDP to Okinawa, we went to Korea for what's called a KMEP, which is essentially just like a joint exercise where, you've got one infantry battalion that goes over there and trains with the Korean Marine Corps. And we, lived with the Rock Marines. We trained with them, did a whole bunch of stuff. We actually went to a place called, I can't remember the name off the top of my head. It might be Gunghwa Do or Gunghwa-ri or something. We did some training over at Rodriguez Story Live Fire as well over there, which people, if they've been there, they'll know. It's like but they have a huge battalion assault course kind of thing that you can do where you have we had our entire battalion do an attack with the Korean battalion partner force, and we did a big attack on a battalion objective. But,
live rounds?
Yeah, live rounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was in the combined anti-armor team, so I was in a mounted infantry platoon at the time, and so I was kind of separate from a lot of the real action where the guys were all dismounted, buddy rushing and stuff. But we could hear the gunshots and stuff like that. But before we got to that point, we were training with them, up doing ranger training with them, with all the red hats and stuff like that. And basically, they have a ranger training facility out there where you're doing a bunch of
Do
rappelling.
Koreans call them rangers?
I think so.
Oh,
I think they
okay.
I think it was called the Korean
I'm super
Ranger.
unfamiliar with Korean
Yeah.
military. Like I just know a couple of the teams. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's called the Korean Ranger Training Facility, I
Cool.
believe. And basically, the big thing that we did over there was mostly just physical fitness related stuff and rappelling and like confidence building stuff. Like that was the entire time. The entire time we were at that spot was all about rappelling and confidence building. And there was no live fire. We did some ground fighting a couple times. We did some martial arts training with them.
Taekwondo.
I think it was martial arts training. It might have been, or maybe it was just like we did some ground fighting, and they were teaching us like their type of PT, like how they did PT.
Mm-hmm.
We did
How
some
was it
PT with
different
them.
with like American?
Very well, and see the thing is that the thing I look at is like the way that they're going to show us how they PT is probably different than how they do day-to-day PT. Like
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a lot harder.
the way that
yeah,
right, exactly. Like the way that we PT,
Yeah, there's no doubt.
like the way we PT day to day is going to be different than when we're like, hey, we're going to do form for PT with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we
You gotta
wanna
show
them-
up a little
We
bit.
want to
yeah.
be like, hey, look how disciplined we are and stuff. Even though I mean we are still disciplined, but it's just done differently. It's a little bit more, I guess.
You like Korean
delegated.
food?
Yeah, you know what's funny is the Korean Marines actually made us a gallon freezer bag full of kimchi, gave it to us, and actually the whole time we were staying on the Korean warship, while we were staying on some Korean warships that we had given to them back in the day that we were doing the Incheon landing reenactment from, and every day they served us hot meals, like hot Korean meals,
Yeah.
and we had like there's like pancakes that had like
Kimchi in it. Kimchi
there
jang.
was like some sort of greenage in
chun.
there
Yeah.
inside of the pancakes. It was
Yeah.
very interesting.
It's one of my
It was all
favorites.
very good. It
Yeah.
tasted really good.
Yeah.
But that was a really cool experience, like getting to work that closely
Pachinge.
for about a year, or not a year. Sorry, it's about a week. I would say about a week, maybe 10 days, where we were doing the reenactment, and we would just like do drills every day. And then when we weren't doing the actual dry runs or whatever, we were either eating or working out or playing cards or whatever.
Yeah.
At the time, it's funny. I had a laptop that I brought with me and a hard drive, and I was watching like Game of Thrones. You know, because like there's like 4 or 5 seasons out already by the time I got out there, and I'd never watched the show before, and I kept hearing everybody was like, "Dude, it's so good, you need to watch it." And this is 2015, by the way, so it's like, okay, well,
I haven't
start
finished
watching
it, so
It's good. It's a good series.
I heard it's great. I gotta
Yeah,
watch it.
yeah, super entertaining. I love the characters, great character development, plot, all that stuff. George R.R. Martin did a really good job. And then I don't know if you play video games and all, but he also made the Elden Ring game, which is
Oh, I didn't know he made that.
Well, he was like the story mind behind the plot.
Oh, that's
for that,
cool.
yeah.
Very
so-
popular series.
Yeah,
too.
super popular. And there's
Yeah.
like a kind of like Dark Souls. If people like Dark Souls,
You ever
they
play
probably-
D&D?
Yeah, I played D&D when I was a kid.
Okay.
Yeah, when I was much younger, played a little bit. It's hard for me now because I just don't have the time or the patience for it anymore.
Oh, really?
But I did play a lot of Magic the
So much
Gathering
fun.
too. Did you ever play Magic the
I've
Gathering?
never played Magic the
It's
Gathering.
like a card game.
No, I know. I used to buy it.
It's kind of like Pokemon.
Yeah.
I played
Or
Pokemon too.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah.
Or Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
I never got into Yu-Gi-Oh, but I played Pokemon and I played Magic. I
You actually played Pokemon?
Yeah,
The
I
card?
actually played the card game.
I just
Pokemon.
collected them.
I collected them too, but man, I'm so pissed. I kick myself every day
Yeah.
because I don't know what happened to all my cards, and I know for a fact I had multiple sheets of Charizards, Blastoises, Venusaurs, all that stuff in sleeves, like inside of like, a 3-ring binder,
Yeah.
and it vanished off
Yeah.
off of the face of the earth.
Yeah.
I might have been an idiot and sold it or something like
You
that.
made
to a
someone
card
else's
shop.
day. So
Maybe.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. I'm super butthurt about that, but I managed to not sell my Magic cards the same way that I did with my Pokemon cards. But we played. I used to play Pokemon in Books a Million. I don't know if you know what Books a Million
Oh,
is.
wow. I haven't heard Books a Million in so long. I used to
Yeah.
go to a Books a Million when I lived in Duluth in Atlanta. I used
Yeah.
to go there all the time.
Yeah, they had like Pokemon tournaments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could go play. Same thing with Magic the Gathering. They'd have Magic tournaments and stuff like that.